Hello and welcome to this beginner's guide series to graphic design. From what graphic design is, skills to be a graphic designer, design theory, education you need, equipment you need, to the graphic design portfolio and interview advice. This series is for anyone at any level, so if you're interested in graphic design and consider becoming a graphic designer, then join me as I discuss a series of graphic design topics. So the graphic part of graphic design is made up of visual elements, the building blocks of design. Through the harness of our artistic expression, we choose these visual elements and arrange them on a surface in a layout to convey an idea. The basic visual elements that combine to create graphic design include the following: line, colour, shape, texture, space, form and typography. Whatever work you produce, be it for a magazine, a poster, a website or advertisement, these visual elements will play a part in your design. In this video, I'm going to discuss the first key visual element and discuss line as a visual element in graphic design. In this video, I will also be referring to some visual diagrams. If you wish to follow along, you can download the PDF document that accompanies this series. Link is in the description. So one of the most basic visual elements of design is the line, and it should not be underestimated. As simple as lines are, they can be quite versatile and be used as crucial elements of design. Lines can be straight, curved, thick, thin, solid or dashed. Lines can be used to add structure to a composition, to frame information and to divide information. Used considerately, lines can add elegance to a composition, add hierarchy and draw the eye to a specific point. With type, lines can be used to emphasize and put stress on a word, a phrase or paragraph. Lines can be used to decorate, illustrate and represent information in infographics. If we think about magazines, newspapers and maps, one of the most common visual elements is the line, as it works very well to structure information. Here are some simple horizontal lines. Here we have some strokes in various sizes and below some alternatives. A line can be made of more than a single stroke. It can be made with many individual strokes and even dots. So here are some simple examples of how lines may be used in design. For the sake of simplicity and to focus on the structure, I have composed these examples in black and white. If you want to take a closer look at these, you can find them in the downloadable PDF. Link is in the description. So the first example is where line plays a role of building infographics. This is a simple tree diagram made of lines in different shades. If we zoom into the visual icons, they are also lines as illustrations. So overall, a simple visual with another line below as an anchor point for the associated information. Next is an example in typography. Here lines are used to divide and draw emphasis to a particular word. Next is an example where lines are used to create a border. In this example, there are two stroke lines that create this border, a thin and a thick. The type of stroke lines you use in relationship to other elements can define a look and feel to your composition. In this case, we have a boutique feel. Notice here we also have a line that elegantly defines the type. So next is an example where lines are used to predominantly structure a composition, but at the same time decorate. This is a simple chapter index page. Here we have a large dark line running vertically down the page and smaller lines running horizontally across the page. The horizontal lines are passing through the vertical and inverting in colour as they do so, creating a loose grid for the type elements to exist. You can see here where the lines are defining and positioning the type elements. Next is an example where lines can be used for structure and decoration in a minimal, elegant way. Here lines make up the border elements that frame a quote, and a line is drawn vertically aligned left, creating a base to carry the paragraph next to it. These lines, though in black and white, could be used to add a bit of colour onto the page as well as structure. So next is a general example of how lines can divide information. Now, newspapers can be very complex and busy media platforms with a lot of information being presented at any time. Here we can see where lines play a role to divide and decorate information. At the top, we have lines to separate that section from the article section below. In this section, we also have small lines, details used to decorate. Now, a line does not necessarily have to be a solid stroke. A line can be created by contrast of colour or shape on a page. In the article below, we have a big picture. Now, even though there is no particular stroke applied, the solid colour fill of the image creates a line around it. Below this, we have the main body of text. In this, we have an infographic made with lines and lines that break information out, such as diagrams, quotes, and footers. So the last example shows lines creating decoration, texture, and structure on a page. In this example, there are various types of lines going on here. First, we can see the physical line used to create decoration, with various stroke effects applied. In this instance, the lines also create another white line through the middle of the page as negative space. Here we have 3 columns of type, where the third column is breaking alignment to fit in the space, creating an interesting and dynamic layout. So there are lots of ways line can be used in design. These are just a few examples. So when looking at graphic design, be sure to observe how line has been considered and used as a design element. So that is the first visual element in graphic design. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button on my Facebook page. If you would like to see more videos like this in future, hit the subscribe button. And you can also follow me on Twitter @TastyTudes. So the next key visual element is colour. In the next video, I'm going to talk about colour as a visual element in graphic design. So see you in the next video.